Morning. The video you saw earlier was recorded yesterday morning where I read from Turning Points. It was, dealing with the weight of the weight, the weight of the burden, or the weight on your chest when you're waiting for something, especially for answers and stuff like that. But anyway, I'll probably type these words out at some point in the community to share with you so you can actually read them. But I like sharing vocally. I like to express myself. I think you may get a better sense of where I'm coming from if I'm reading it out loud. So these are just a few words I've jotted down over the past 4 or 5 days. It's not many. They were all written in different intervals, but they kind of go together. So I'm just going to read them accordingly. Here we go. Pour out the poison from a damaged soul. Times are shifting. Life is presenting enormous potential onto my very being. Cleansing spirit, flowing more and more. Upon my face appears a smile. The spirit caresses my cheeks. A warmth flows all through me, opening doorways and stepping through as others close. Continue on the great arc of creation. Whispers come from certain ones who have gone home. They say all is going accordingly. That was one reading in itself. Well, I wrote that all. It ended on this page here. But then you'll see what I'm talking about. This was something, I don't know. I think I was reading some scripture the other day, and this was just something that inspired me to write. Or, I don't know, words just come to me occasionally. Not as often as I'd like them to, like they used to. Maybe if I'd hone in on it, fine-tune my writing skills again, I'd probably get back to it pretty good. But here we go. We have turned over the ground for the seeds to be firmly planted. Shall we observe how they sprout up and grow? If properly nurtured, good fruit will be produced. If a seed is corrupted, it may influence to others. One must be cautious when sowing these spiritual seeds. Pull the diseased plants. And I signed it Gray Cloud. And then I've left a blank page between that, and then I've got this to read to you. This is the last thing I wrote. I don't know. The last thing I wrote the other day or something. I don't think I wrote it. I didn't write anything yesterday, if I can remember correctly. Pretty sure I didn't. Got caught up in the busyness of just being in the moment yesterday. Going over to the field early in the morning, video myself and the walk and all that, and then coming back, giving little Lucy a little bath, and then asking Colton to go with me over to the field again yesterday, sometime in the early afternoon, before I got cleaned up and showered and everything. So here we go. Flowing water of divinity leads to an ocean of many possibilities. Ponder life to be led in servitude. Raise up the chalice of might as the Spirit enters your being and transforms the life you have. Give thanks in all things. I think that's the most crucial thing. I had some bitterness this morning for some reason. I'm getting tired of these feelings, but feelings come and go too. I had this weird bitter feeling, and I was being kind of grumpy and angry, and it just didn't feel right. And I had I don't know. But I shot a text to my friend Roger just now to see if he might be able to give me the ride to the church. I think that's long overdue for me to be among some other people that are pretty positive, and even if it's all biblical, I've never walked away hurt from hearing those words. I've never walked away discouraged, really. Well, I've walked away from certain churches in my life discouraged, but it's more by the people, not necessarily the message. Or, well, sometimes, it depends on how they deliver the message, too. And some people may be misinterpreting something and delivering a not so well. They may be interpreting things a certain way and then producing them and presenting them to the people that tune into them. But I don't know. I try not to be too judgmental, but I mean, I am a human. I am spirit in manifest in flesh. I'm in the human form, so I do have a few judgments. Anyway, let me get off here. I got to be ready if someone's coming to get me. Till next time, Mr. Cloud, say to the eternal moment, or you can say gray cloud, it don't matter, I don't know. I need to hone that down and get back to just saying one thing. The Spirit's just kind of moving me to say either one. Mr. Cloud, formerly, like I said before, gray cloud. Formerly is Mr. Cloud. That's like like if I'm doing business or if I'm presenting myself to the public, if I have cards written up and stuff to hand out to anybody, I'd probably have Mr. Cloud on there, and then the two little italics thing, like have gray cloud over to the side or something. Anyway, ditto.